Hello YouTubers, train YouTubers. Just a bit of an update on my Parkerhill Shunt channel here. Lots been happening. I'm just about ready to pull down my very temporary train layout that I have here on my building table. It's been a lot of fun, done a lot of testing. Sort of running of my Class 37s that I love so much, and others of course. Bought a few more buildings, some ready-made Metcalf buildings I've picked up nice and cheap. I have been persisting with trying to get my little shunting Class 08 working, DCC. Everything's on DCC here. And I'm using my EXDCC command, and we could just move a couple of things around, get them going. So I have, as you might have already seen, I've delved into some N scale. Once again, a Class 37. So I 3D printed this platform here, and I have 3D printed this beautiful little station. I've done a couple of them. Here's another one. This is how they print out with their bits and pieces, and I'm in the process of, I'm probably almost finished, printing some centre platforms. I don't think they're far from finishing actually. And then I'm going to pull all of this down, and I'm going to I'll show you here. I've got myself a internal door behind the blue foam there, and some glue. There's an internal door. It's 2 meters and 40 by 950 or 920, I think. So I shall make a little N-scale layout on there, and that's actually going to be built on top of this board here, so my building bench. So I'll put the door down, I'll put the foam down, and I do have some track and a few points there, and I have got the rest of the points, which is about 5 or 6 of them I think, coming from Rails of Sheffield in England. So I'll put that together, and that there is just going to be a little practice for when I build my 00 gauge. Alright, so things are going along quite nicely there. So what I'll do is I'll just stop this Hornby Class 31 here, and also my British Rail Backman over the way there, and I'll just change some points. Let's see how we go with parking up. I do believe this, I'll get it going a little bit, because I do believe it's got some little bit dirty wheels. Oh no, there you go, she's in. Beautiful. Not quite where I wanted it, but that'll do. Okay, and now my British rail backman. He can come through. Look at that, what a beautiful sight. So on the layout I'm using Pico in-cell frog points. I do have some Hornby ones here at the moment and they are just working just fine. But my big main layout, my Parkerhill Shunt layout will be all Pico. I'm just going to standardise it. Righto, so let's just park this one up. While he's just trundling around also, I've started to do some coal loads. This is actually granulated rubber that I picked up. Oh dear. Alright, sorry about that, I missed the points. Do you get that sometimes? Yes, coal loads. In those, they're going to be all full of coal. They're actually bauxite wagons, but I'll just put those in there. And another thing I've been doing is some of my really older track, I have just been snipping some sleepers off, and I've been making some loads for my working train. So that's for the sleepers. I'll paint all of those up, and there's some actual rail as well, and the hoppers will have some ballast in them. And I've also been experimenting with just like loads of ballast and little piles of sand and stuff like that. This one here is just some very light pumice stone glued together with some ballast material placed over it, and it makes a nice light pile of ballast that sticks together. So yeah, pretty happy with that. A little bit of a gripe with Hornby. I bought these the other day. These are Hornby. They're not Hornby Railroad or anything, but yeah, not very happy with the way the wheels go into the chassis. The dimples for the axles are quite large, and there is a lot of movement. You can see that movement there, shocking, really. So I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm going to have to put some plastic card in where the dimples for the axles go, because they're basically unusable. They just come out and the bottom of the chassis drags along the rail, even with the tiny little load that it has. So very nice looking wagons, but a bit useless at the moment. Oh, what's going on over here? Okay, I've been moving these, so he's just caught there. Like I said, yep, pretty much packing this up now. By the end of the day, it'll be packed up. A lot of the gear has its individual boxes and stuff like that I can pack it into. And other stuff, I've just got some general stuff to pack into. I do have boxes of 00 gauge 100 code flex track there, and I've obviously got all of this track work here that I can use on my main layout when I when I get that together, but I do still have to buy a whole heap of points to go with that. Righto. I do love the work trains, and I've obviously I've still got a lot of weathering and stuff to do. There you go. Even just laying straight on the board, Insular Frog points, DCC. This works fine. Obviously, if I activated that point, I'd lose the power to it, but I just make sure that everything's nicely shut down before I change the points, and I can grab whichever ones I want. Here's our work train here. He's actually going to stop at the station for a crew change. Okay. Absolutely love these running sessions. Righto, so let's just get another one out. Hornby 31, I'm going to deselect that. My Bachmann British Rail one that I just parked up. We'll shut that one down. And we're going to release that one. And I will do my Acura scale class 37. I just start him up and you can hear what he sounds like. So the first thing I have to do to be able to do that is I've just got to flick one point. Yep. So the Acura scale is actually in the goods shed at the moment. I'll come over here onto the EXDCC system. I'm going to select it. And there we go, Acura 37. It loads up his profile. Put some lights on. Yes, there we go, his lights are on, and he's going to fill the shed full of smoke. Righto. Let's just trundle him out and just show you that it actually does work. I've put drivers in this one as well. Might have seen the video where I did a very quick paint job on a couple of drivers. Eventually all my locos will have drivers and they'll be painted a lot better than they were when I did these ones. But that was just a bit of a test. So I just take it nice and easy on this centre track because I've actually got some like first radius curves right here. So I just crawl around and enjoy. Let's see how it goes around this curve here. Some of the locos just do a tiny little jump, but they seem to correct themselves and keep on going. There you go. There's away. Righto, the crew's changed on this work train here. He's away. I've just got him turned right down as well, so not to make too much of a racket. Speed this up here, scale up a bit up onto the around the back. Righto, and there they go. Righto, sounds like my 3D printer has finished. And there we have some centre platforms. I did these ones at 38mm. Do have to, I'll have to just do the plate and give it a little bend to pop them off. Doesn't take long at all. Righto, one little twist of the plate and they just pop straight off. I can see here, there's very big bricks on this one here, so I'm going to have to have a look at that. Must say, my Creality printer is really a wondrous machine. Beautiful fine detail and everything. Okay, so that is the latest for Parkerhill Shunt, everyone. Still loving going to the Australian Model Railway Association club rooms with my trains, and I've actually got some proper little carry cases now down there. Wonderful people, wonderful facilities, very accommodating, and I am in the process of sorting out what I want and what I don't want. I do want so much, but they can only have so much. And hidden away in the shelving over there is all of my other wagons and carriages and stuff like that. So, more buildings. I'm not going to have the biggest of towns in my layout. I will quickly at the end of the video just show you what I'm up to with my station area and loco park and some freight parking and stuff like that. And I'm using SCARM to do that. So we might just cut to that now. I think this will be long enough. I just thought I haven't really done much of a running session for a while, especially on camera. So it's been really good to, I don't know, just show you what I've been doing. All of those ones work. I can just start any of those ones up and get them going. That one there's DC, so I can't put him on. And this one here's DC as well. Beautiful Bachmann Class 8. I'm going to, I've done that one for quite a number of years now, and I'm going to get him going as well. He's a very early model. You can see the numbering system on him there. But Parkerhill Shunt is going to be like a historic type railway that runs anything, because we run what we like. Righto, there you go. And we'll just leave it at that with a couple of beautiful Class 37s trundling around. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, I'm using SCARM. I hope the camera picks up the computer okay. Sure many of you have used SCARM, and if you haven't, have a look at it. I will show you what I am up to. Where are we? Station's installed. Okay, here's my baseboard, 3.6 long. This area here is 2.4 long. Across the bottom is 1.5, and that's 1.5 as well. Okay, so in the green is the outer main line. Up or down, I don't know. But that continues around, and I just haven't filled that in because that's just something I still have to finalise, but I know I want what I've got at the moment. And the blue one is the other main line. So either side of that main station there, and off it goes as well. And just pointing this part here. Actually comes up and around and will connect to the branch line. So the yellow one there is heading off there, is the branch line. This is all of my carriage and wagons parking. And down here in the grey is my DMU, is it? Diesel maintenance unit. So I can peel off the main line here, come back around and do what I want down there. So it's going to be loco sheds, refueling, cleaning station, and so on. Nothing is set in stone, but this is something I would really like to do. This area here was going to be my control station where I had my controllers, but with my EXDCC now, I don't really need that. So yeah, that opens it up a little bit more for some scenery, be it buildings or car park or whatever. These lines around here, they obviously continue around because I want continuous running on both lines, and they actually close up really nicely together. And around this section here is going to be raised somewhat, probably only about 50 millimeters. Then back down again, that gives it just a nice around 2% gradient to go up and down. And up in this far section here, I'm going to have some kind of bridge or something like that, and then that the main lines go over, and the branch line coming around here has got another little station here, and I'll have a car park, and that can disappear under the bridge. So my two stations here, they have subway steps in them for a lower level, and I think I'll have those. And I'm also going to have like the steps going over the through tracks there as well. So yeah, a lot to do, a lot to think about, but I do need to start somewhere, and I think that's a pretty good start. So I've made a couple of different ideas here and there, but I really like this idea because I do love the idea of looking through the stations and up into this area here and just seeing a lot of rolling stock, basically. And so I've got a set of points here. One's for the branch line, and the inner one is actually can go up and curl around a bit and have some kind of little industry just in here. So that might start getting a little bit tight, but whether it's just a tiny little coal face or something like that, because I'm going to have shunting. I do have steam as well, and they're going to be sharing in between here and here, so I will just have a tiny little coal and water station as well. Alright, so there you go. Yeah, I do believe it's big enough for a first proper layout, and yeah, it should be exciting. I do love watching trains go around, and I do love some shunting operations as well. Whether I join one or two of these ones together up here somewhere so I can go around, I don't know, we'll see. It's all dependent on just on how we go. But with the loco yard down here, just in and out, and I've pretty much got that covered, I think. with what I want, and we'll see how we go from there. Righto, great. See you later.